Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Snowtopia. This game just came out in early access, so we're going to be taking a quick look at it and seeing what it has to offer. So without further ado, let's get going. We're going to pick Mount Alpha. And here we are. This is our mountain. This is the first access point. We can zoom all the way out and actually whip around. It took me a few to actually find these other... I just didn't look for them, but you can see we have... This is the first one. We have another one right over here. And then one more right over here. So we can build on all three of those spots. I started out building on just this one spot, and things get cluttered real quick. So this is actually my first time playing with all three access points. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to throw down a builder's lodge. This is the important thing that you're going to need. Probably at every single site, because nothing can get built without builders, and I don't know how the builder's going to get from here to your other entrances. So I'm going to start by placing one right here. Just a little double click right there. One to set it, and then one to set the rotation. We're going to set up 2 volunteers here. The one thing you'll notice is there's no actual money on your screen anywhere. Things don't cost anything. And you're pretty much just playing for the satisfaction and reputation scores up here. So you can build to your heart's content. Now that we got our builder's hut, we're going to build our first ski lift. You got 1 and 2 person options to start out with. I'm going to just suggest go for the 2 person. People are going to flood in when you build your first slope. So you want to be able to handle them all. So let's just build this like here. Build a nice... Nothing too crazy. Just go straight up that way. Now if we click on this, it says construction in progress. We are on the slowest speed right now. It does take a minute. We're just going to let that go. And we're back with our ski lift built. We're going to add some volunteers right away. This ski lift can handle 2, so that's what we're going to give it. And right now we don't really have anything. They're just going to go up to the top of the mountain. That's not good. Let's build them a slope. Make a normal slope. Feel like the difficulty-wise on the slopes, you got narrow for the difficult snaking slopes. Then you got normal and large for just kind of a nice casual jaunt down the mountain. So let's go straight down this way. We're going to make this a pretty easy one, I think, if I can. I don't want a lot of orange in this. All right, maybe we'll have a nice blue slope to start the game. That's not too bad. Just connect right down there. And there we go. This is going to build just like everything else does. So let's just give it a minute. And ta-da! We have our first slope. And here comes our first skiers. Going over to the ski lift. And our first lucky skiers are getting to the top of the mountain. He's a little slower than the other guy. But he made it. No injuries had. Good for him. Good job, guys. All right. And that is pretty much the basics of the game. We're just going to keep making some more slopes here. Let's start with making some extra buildings, though, that we're probably going to need pretty soon. We'll start with this ski patrol lodge. I'm going to put that guy like right here. I think the best place for these things are going to be at the top of your lifts. Because then a patrolman can just, you know, go down and help people out. This guy has suffered a light fall. But that saps a lot of energy. Holy crap. You will notice like an icon over their head that says they're waiting for assistance if it's more dire. Otherwise, the light falls they can get up on. All right, so while that's building, let's also go ahead and build a mechanic. We are going to need one of those. They're right next to our builder's lodge. And let's just go ahead and throw down the snow groomer. Kind of keep them all in one place. Now that I know that I have multiple points, I don't feel like I need to cram everything over here, which is kind of nice. And I might even try and, you know, get a slope to go down over to this other area. Changes a lot of things. We'll just speed time up a little bit so that these things can get built. Just waiting on some volunteers up here. So now we have some staff that can help out any injured. Like this guy. This guy is injured. And he has already been taken care of. You currently don't see the, you know, assistance happen. You just get this little meter right here that tells you that they are going to assist somebody and then that they are assisting somebody, and it just happens. And they just get up. This game is still in early access. It just came out in early access, so I don't know if that's a feature they're planning on adding or anything, but definitely could be. All right, let's add another slope up here. Make this one normal, maybe. I actually feel like we kind of screwed ourselves with the start of this one. Because then it just goes straight over to this side, so we don't have a lot of options here. We can't really use that side at all. Just make this a crazy little snaky thing. I don't think this is going to be a very difficult course either. When you are going to merge, I've had this problem before, so just a suggestion. If you're going to merge two lanes, you might have noticed that there was a line through the middle of this one, and then there was a ball that was connecting in the middle. Make sure you connect to that ball and not just to the edge of the place, because it'll also snap to the edge of the slope, and you don't want that. You want to snap into the ball so that it merges the whole thing. I think something that I have not tried that I'm going to try right now is like, what if I start one right here and then we come off this way? Aha! So that looks like it does something. There we go. That's pretty cool. So then they pretty much choose to go down this route if they really, really want to. Okay, so there are a couple more buildings done here. Let's pack in some volunteers there. There's one more super important building. That is the research lab. Definitely going to make sure we have this. Slap that down over here because we don't really need them to get anywhere. All right, we'll assign our volunteers, and we will go into here. I'm going to go straight for this guy, because this leads into the 4-person chairlift. All right, so we're back. I am currently researching the 4-person fixed grip chairlift. I also queued up the lightweight pole attachment, which gives us 20 more speed, and adjustable tension because it gives Gives us a little less wear and tear. Things seem to break down real quick. I think that'll be pretty good. And let's go ahead and throw in some repair training. And the 4-person lift is going to be done in just a second. I'm going to go ahead and add the soup bar as well. And I think after we're done researching enough stuff, this unlocks and lets us open up a new page here. So we'll just keep an eye on that. But as you can see, like, this is 22 people, 20 people. I think it maxes out at 25. People in line for this 2-person seater. Think about if we had the single-person seater to start out. The AI floods in as soon as you open one of your slopes. So that's why I recommend the 2-person lift. Now we should have. Oh, you make a 4-person lift over here, and then these probably go a little bit further too than the 2-person lift, which is also kind of nice. The lift is too long, as I say that. Oh, yeah, I saw a spot. There we go. Right there. We have our new chairlift. We're going to put some volunteers in there right away, and then let's make some more slopes. That's what this game's about. Yeah, we don't have any large slopes yet. Nice large slope. Oh boy. I don't want this to be a semi-casual slope, and then we have this huge, huge dark side in the middle. You know what? I think that looks pretty okay. One more click there. Got a new volunteer again. Build some more slopes. Let's also remember that we're going to need a ski patrol lodge up here. There might be times when you want more than one ski patrol lodge. I have had some slopes that had a lot of people just dead on them. It seems like it took way too long for anybody to come and help them. I don't know what this button is yet. Alright, so let's get a normal slope going down over here. Oh, it's too far uphill on that first little thing. Okay. Is everything going up? Oh, man. It's all uphill at the first hill. Well, maybe this is a good time. Do you think we can get all the way the hell over there? I don't think so. I feel like once we get down to here, we're out of slope. Yeah, so we start going back uphill. This might be like a one slope thing over here. Maybe link onto here. A nice little crazy ride going around the mountain. And then this is what I'm talking about here. Make sure that you're on this little track. Make sure you snap to that and not just snapping straight to the edge here. Alright, I do think that looks pretty cool, and I don't think there's much else that we can really do. We can probably get one more slope. Ooh, can we go down this? Oh, yeah. There we go. We got a couple of crazy slopes over here. We'll just let those get built. Make sure we got volunteers everywhere. And let's add a soup bar up here. Not really much else that we can do up here anyway, so fill it up with some amenities. This will help with your skiers and energy. All right, and we can take a look over here. We still got somebody that's kind of fallen down over here. reputations at 1.5 stars, and we got satisfaction at 66%. Let's take a look at some of our basic stat panels. So we can take a look at all of our slopes. So far we got 4 blue slopes. You can see the attendance is a little bit weak on a lot of them. We probably have and we have an orange slope. We have 1 green slope with nobody going on it. Why is that? Oh, that was one of our newest ones, I guess. look at this. This is so confusing. I guess this is why nobody's going down. Which one's the green one? The green one is the back slope? I thought that one was going to be the torturous one. Nobody wants to take that one. Huh. Oh, well, I think it looks pretty cool whether anybody uses it or not. All right, we're going to do that and that. It puts us at 20 of 22. And then maybe we'll throw down one more ski lodge up here. Throw that down there. And these guys probably like soup, right? There we go. Now we can check on our research. You'll notice that this little thing lit up. That means we can unlock the next area. You get 2 different options, and it does close off some of the options for upgrading. I think I'm going to go for this guy. He gives you 12-seater and 16-seater gondolas, increasing your ski lift speed and your volunteer efficiency and maintenance. Whereas this one will increase the length of your ski lifts, your team autonomy in maintenance, and you get the 6 and 10-seater gondolas. But I want the bigger ones. We always have problem queues, so let's just get those started. So then that unlock the next section, and we can queue up that guy, which will let us unlock the 16-person gondola. And we can add a little bit more length here. And some more speed. Lots of extra options here. Well, we definitely need to do something about these queues. I think we're going to have to just get rid of... I'll put one more volunteer there, and then... There we go, because we are a little low on volunteers right now. Anybody using this one yet? This still nobody? It's because they're all going from the same point here, I'm pretty sure. Most people are just taking this one. I feel like they just can't get to that side or something. I don't know. We might have been okay by coming off of here. Here, let's just destroy this guy. It's easy to just blow something up and start again. You're not really penalized. Yeah, here we go. That was our only green, I expected that one to be a lot more crazy, but that one was just green. So attendance in a lot of our lifts. Okay, now we just got 4... Oh, it's still building the other one. Never mind. Never mind. We're still building this one, so it's not technically... Okay, never mind. It is open. So blue, blue, and orange. And then we got blue, blue, and blue. We got no green slopes. Anywhere else I can maybe squeeze one? Ski lift is blocked by the other one. Okay. I wonder if we can use the other... Like, what about a 2-person? Because it was telling me that it was too short. Oh. Okay, let's put something right there. It looks like we can actually lock into this one. So that's kind of cool. I don't know if people are actually able to use that, though. Just do a nice normal. This is going to be another crazy slope. I know it. I don't care. I think it looks pretty cool. Couple more volunteers over there. Another volunteer here. Then we got one more. You can also look at our shops up here where we can assign volunteers there. And our maintenance shops, where we can also assign volunteers here. I think that looks like a pretty good start to our first ski lodge in Snowtopia. There's still a lot to learn and a lot to do, but it is incredibly easy to just like get started and make something that looks kind of cool. Just play around. I still have to play around with satisfaction, reputation. I do not know what exactly controls those. As you can see, we are just drifting over to this other place. I'm not doing that. That is my nemesis, edge scrolling. I hate edge scrolling. So let's put ourselves back. There's no option to disable it in this game. So I think that's going to do it for this episode. I think that's a pretty good point to wrap up our first look at Snowtopia. We didn't get super far, but we did get a good look at the basics. Let me know in the comments if you're interested in seeing the other mountains. I'll probably do a little bit more on this mountain, and we'll see another episode or two here. This is literally my first attempt at YouTube first content. So please let me know what you think in the comments. I normally stream on Twitch at the link below, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday at 2 a.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks for watching, everyone, and please take it easy.